Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denonu, and I'm the man with black privilege. And we got ourselves a new Spider-Man trailer, Spider-Man Far From Home. And I'm just going to give my thoughts and opinions on it. We're not going to dive too deep into it like some people seem to do, only because it doesn't really explain a whole lot, and a lot of people are just guessing just to make content. But I've never been one of those people, so I'm just going to give my initial impressions and stuff on it. What this movie looks like, Peter Parker and the gang, the Scooby gang that I don't like, all of his friends, are going to Europe, and something kicks off with Mysterio. These elemental, I guess you could say elemental beings or what have you, are attacking London landmarks and stuff like that, and Peter Parker and Nick Fury got to figure things out and, stop them from doing all that kind of sort of stuff. And that's the part that has me interested. Like I said, I'm not a fan of any of his high school friends. That whole high school theme that they got going on, I get that. I get that they're trying to do the whole Ultimate Spider-Man thing, or at least somehow emulate it. I would love that comic book. I was a huge fan of that. But in the movies, I hate the way they handled all of the kid characters because they're all fucked up in some kind of way. But I'm not going to go too deep into that because none of that's in the trailer, and it doesn't really matter. Not a fan of them, though. So to see them in the movie, that kind of turned me off. Everything about them, except besides, I hate to call him this, but besides his friend Ned Leeds, only because that's part of the reason why I hate his character, because I love his character in Ultimate Spider-Man, except his name wasn't fucking Ned Leeds. Ned Leeds was a whole other person. But with the trailer here, it looks like it's pretty decent. You got Spider-Man shown in a couple different outfits. I hope they don't make it like Iron Man, where it's like every movie there's a different outfit. But I guess, half of the point of superhero movies is to sell toys. So it could be one of those things where it's just like, hey, it is what it is. Maybe that's what they plan to do. Because I know with most of the other Marvel movies, every new movie they change up the costume some kind of way, probably so they can get a new toy out there. But with this here, I wasn't expecting to see Nick Fury. That was the thing that kind of got me. I was like, I knew he was going to be in Captain Marvel and everything like that, but outside of that, I didn't know that it was just going to be like, oh, now we're seeing him pop up in this movie, kind of like how Iron Man popped up in part one. Didn't even expect that kind of blew my mind. I don't follow a lot of the news around the movies, so I'm sure he's probably been in interviews, and people, like, if you look for the news, they probably announce them some kind of way. But I know I don't follow none of that stuff because I follow the comic books, so half the time I already know the characters and the stories, so I'm gonna see it anyway. But we also got to look at Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, and a lot of people are guessing, is he gonna be a hero because he's showing doing heroic stuff? And I guess maybe none of them may never known who the character was, but I doubt that. Doubt that a lot. He's probably still a bad guy, and he's probably the one causing all of the stuff that happened in the trailer. I don't know if these are elemental beings or what have you, but I doubt it. Spider-Man has done a lot of wacky things in the comics, but usually a lot of his stuff is low-key. It's down to earth. It's he's fought everything under the sun, but typically his wheelhouse doesn't really include magical characters and that kind of sort of thing. A lot of people are guessing that it's Sandman, and I'm surprised nobody mentioned fucking Hydro Man. Like, people seem to forgot he exists. But I seen a couple YouTube videos talk about, like, oh, like maybe a Sandman covered in water. Like, do y'all not know that he has a villain that's made out of fucking water or something similar? But maybe I'm just the only hardcore YouTuber who follows Spider-Man like that. But maybe these are going to be the MCU equivalents, but I doubt it. Mysterio was known for making illusions and stuff like that. I mean, he was a special effects guy that can make really good holograms and stuff like that. What I'm guessing is it would be a cool and interesting twist if they made Mysterio, let's say, like somehow magic based, because he kind of reminds me of Doctor Strange when he's flying around and shooting green energy bolts and stuff like that. If they made him into like a mystical type villain instead, or just made it so that, let's say, like he knows how to do some magic. Let's say he uses, magic to make these really nice illusions that could somehow take physical form that could cause damage to buildings and stuff. Because that was the one thing about Mysterio in the comics. By his things being special effects, a lot of his stuff was just holograms. They couldn't like take physical form and destroy landmarks and buildings and that kind of sort of thing. He can make other stuff that could do that and then make it look like it was like, oh, here's this big ass monster that's doing this, but really it's not the monster, it's something else that he set up, like explosives, weapons, lasers, that kind of sort of thing, right? So he could never do it himself. So if they could somehow twist this version of Mysterio and make him, let's say, like a low-level magician who can make real, let's say magical constructs and just call them illusions, I think that would be a really good twist. And then you could have Mysterio be Mysterio. Let's say he's causing these events, saving the day, trying to become a hero to gain popularity, money, whatever, and then have him show up to try to stop it, and Spider-Man just comes in and they think it's real, so they try to help him stop it, and then they find out he's the cause, and then they try to take him down. However, Nick Fury being in the movie, that kind of puzzles me. Nick Fury, whenever he shows up, it's like, I'm not gonna say it's not bad all the time, but if he's showing up, it's something serious in some way, shape, or form. Usually that's not Mysterio. Nick Fury isn't gonna show up and be like, oh man, we gotta defeat Hydro Man today because it's real serious. Like, no, he don't show up for that. So I'm guessing it's gonna be something else that they haven't shown in the trailer. Maybe Mysterio is working with somebody, or maybe he found some kind of MacGuffin that allows him to create these constructs, or let's say if these things are magical elemental creatures, maybe he found something that allows him to control these creatures, and that's what Nick Fury, that's why they got to stop him, because Nick Fury knows that he's the one doing it, and he needs Spider-Man's help to try to stop these creatures from laying waste to populated cities and stuff like that. So I think it has to be something going on between there. I don't think it's how they're showing in the trailer, where Mysterio is trying to be a hero and Spider-Man is there, helping him out. I don't think that's the case. Really don't. Because otherwise, he's the bad guy of the movie, so he has to be doing some bad shit. Speaking about Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, though, really liking his costume. Really liking the fact that he has that big ass fishbowl head. I didn't think they was gonna do that. I remember way back when he was announced, I think I made a video talking about it, and I was like, he would look dumb as hell with that fishbowl head on, but if they were gonna have him, that's what I wanted. Because that's the character. Every time they've shown him in the comic books, he had that big dumbass helmet on. It would be like having Doctor Strange without the cape, without his cloak of levitation, or a character like Captain America without his shield. It just wouldn't look right when I see it, right? If that's who he's supposed to be. But he looks damn good. I really did like the way, like I was, I paused the video when I first seen it, and I was watching all the detail like in his outfit and everything, right? And they even got like the arm gauntlets, right, with the little hook things on the ends and stuff like that, because that's usually been a staple, of his costume and everything in the comics. That and that big ass purple cape and everything like that, and he just looks damn good. I can't complain. They even got the green smoke and everything. I'm hoping when he has that big ass fishbowl head on, whenever he talks, they give him like a booming type of voice, because whenever he's been in like video games or movies, or well, not movies, but video games and the cartoon and stuff, they always give him like this big ass booming theater auditorium type voice, and I just hope that they kind of play into that as well, and tweak it a little bit for what they want to do, but that looks damn good. They also had Spider-Man in a couple different outfits. You had like a black version of his normal costume, Looks pretty good. I like the way that looked. They had, I guess, some kind of a stealth Spider-Man suit that kind of looks like the Spider-Man Noir outfit. Thought that was pretty cool too. I'm trying to think of other stuff that they had in the movie, or not in the movie, in the trailer rather. Benjamin Parker's initials on the suitcase. I thought that was a nice touch. Shows how much Peter values, his uncle and stuff. That way he kind of uses the same stuff that he uses, and it kind of shows. It shows without telling the audience that, oh, he cares about his uncle that much that he uses his suitcase, and that kind of sort of thing. Because he doesn't have to use it, but it's almost like he can't let his uncle go. Brings about that whole with great power comes great responsibility thing. And maybe he can't let go of that, and that's why he's carrying the suitcase. Still don't like Flash Thompson at all. I know I mentioned I don't like none of the kid characters, but him being the most, I was like, Flash Thompson isn't an Indian nerd. Just saying. If you wanted to have an Indian nerd in your movie, then call him something else. But that part still bugs me. The lack of a Mary Jane bugs me. And if that one chick that was from at the end of Homecoming and in this one is supposed to be Mary Jane, that still pisses me off. But I'm hoping that she's not Mary Jane, but I think she is, and that twists the knife. It's like you have a knife with poison and you're stabbing it into my gut and you're just twisting it just to cause me pain. It's like that's how much I hate that character in the movie. Really do hate her with a passion. If she's supposed to be Mary Jane. I mean, they may have retconned that or changed that since the first movie, but I remember she was like, call me MJ, and when I seen it in theater, I was like, fuck you. Just fuck you. Like, it was my first and only response, right? But yeah, decent trailer so far. Nothing earth-shattering, nothing groundbreaking. A lot of people are saying that Iron Man's dead because nobody's acknowledging him in the movie. Well, I mean, this movie could have, we don't know where this movie sits in the timeline. This could be before Infinity War. Maybe everything got, finger snapped back to normal at the end of Endgame. I mean, we know what's gonna happen, so that's not a big deal either. I mean, it is what it is. We know everybody's gonna come back. I mean, just because Iron Man doesn't come back or isn't mentioned doesn't mean he's dead. More than likely, he's probably just written out of the movie. Hell, Pepper even runs the company, not Tony Stark. So it's one of those things where it's like he doesn't have to be there. Yeah, he was in the first one, and yeah, him and Peter got like a little mentor relationship going on, but he doesn't have to be in every one of his movies. And the lack of seeing him in this trailer doesn't mean that he dies in Endgame. I mean, we all have to wait until Endgame to see what happens with that. But even in that, I don't think he's going to straight up die. I really don't. I think he's going to probably get either injured. Something's going to happen. Maybe when they snap everybody back and everything goes back to normal, maybe something happens to him where it's like he doesn't go back to normal. And another actor takes his place or something like that, or they may shelve Tony Stark for like 5 or 6 years until they cast another Iron Man or another actor to play him rather. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think they're just going to straight up kill him and, oh, guess what, we're done with Iron Man. Like, no, fuck no. Iron Man's like the biggest character in all of these movies. They're going to damn sure keep that character going. It'd be like saying, oh yeah, we're going to kill Captain America. Like, no. They're just going to make somebody else take his place and, carry on from there. They may not use them in a few movies for a little bit until they bring them back, but they're gonna definitely bring them back and keep them alive in the universe. So I don't think that's gonna work either. But yeah, good trailer. I know they said this was the teaser trailer. I mean, this is like a legit first trailer, so nothing teaser about it. I don't know what they can show in like a second or a third other than just minor scenes. I'm assuming they would have to have some kind of villain trailer to go along with this, because you have to kind of explain Mysterio. The audience has to know at least a little bit about his motivations, about where he's coming from, because the movie-going audience probably doesn't know anything about Mysterio. At least with Venom, or at least other characters, they can say, well, okay, audience may know a little bit of these characters, but if you don't read the comic books or you haven't watched any of the cartoons, you probably have no idea who Mysterio is. So But anyways, guys, that's just been my thoughts on the trailer here of Spider-Man Far From Home, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. My name is Denonu, and I'm the man with black privilege, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.